Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the Street 10 VR. This is a game and I'm being extremely generous by calling it a game to say the least. But yeah, this thing releases tomorrow, July 6th on PSVR2 for $5. So if you're interested in it, here is my short, brutally honest review. Okay, so this is probably going to be my shortest game review ever, and how can it not be when you can literally beat this thing in less than 5 minutes? And I really wish that those were 5 good minutes. But they ain't. I mean, I obviously knew from the start that this was going to be a walking simulator, so I wasn't expecting much from it. But what I was expecting, and this is according to the quote-unquote game description on the PlayStation Store, some puzzles, some brain training, some mystery, and unfortunately I did not find any of that. Here is also what the description says about this thing. Quote unquote, you find yourself on Street 10, a mysterious segment of Tokyo's urban streets. Your mission, observe every detail around you. If something unusual catches your attention, be alert and change your path. Well, I'll tell you what I did find to be unusual about this app. It's the fact that it's a broken mess, a dumpster fire, a complete waste of time. Something that I wouldn't wish on anyone, except perhaps for my worst enemy. If someone buys you this thing for your birthday, it's safe to say that they hate your guts. Now I know you're probably wondering right now, why do I hate this thing so much? Well, I don't know. Maybe it's because you're a giant in this thing, and there is no way of adjusting that since there are no options whatsoever. Or maybe it's because when you press the options button, this thing gets suspended, and when you press it again, you would think that it will resume, but it actually doesn't, and now you have to press the same button again like 3 or 4 times until it works. Perhaps it's because there is no smooth turning or even a way to adjust the snap turning angle. Or, hear me out, maybe it's just because there is nothing to see or to do here except for walking down the same road over and over again until the traffic light shows you the number 10. I don't want to keep talking about this thing any longer because quite frankly there is nothing else to talk about. I just summarized the Street 10 VR experience for you in less than a minute, and I really wasn't sure if I should make a video on this or not, but eventually I figured that since this is a PSVR2 release, I'm a PSVR2 content creator, I should cover this and let you guys know if it's worth your hard-earned $5 or not. Obviously, if you haven't figured it out by now, it's not worth a penny, and you should not play it even if it was given to you for free. I actually was planning to do a giveaway for this one, since the developer of this app was kind enough to send me some extra keys, but now that I have tried it out myself, I know better than to waste your time with this garbage. And that's the thing, I'm not making this video to dunk on the developer of this app. The guy was actually very kind, so if you're watching this video, just know that it's really not personal at all. It's just that the app that you made really sucks, like it's the worst gaming experience I have ever had in my entire life. I know you can do better, anyone can do better, and I don't think you spent a lot of time making this crap. I'm not an expert, but I think anyone can make something like this in a day or two. So just put more effort into it next time, and who knows, maybe you'll actually make a game, like a real game, that has exciting and interesting stuff in it, and that is fun to play. But you know what, at the end of the day, I'm not really blaming the developer. He's just one guy who is trying to make easy money in a legitimate legal way. I'm actually blaming Sony for this, for selling such a thing on their PlayStation Store. You see, we often hear developers complaining about how hard it was for them to get their games approved by Sony, since Sony usually has higher standards compared to other companies like Steam or Meta or whatever, and I always appreciated that idea. The idea that Sony ensures that there is a certain level of quality that a game needs to have in order to get published on the PlayStation Store. Even if it means making the developers' lives somewhat harder, that can only result in better experiences for us, the consumers, right? Well, what about the Street 10 VR, Sony? What standards did this app meet in order for it to receive your approval? Is the guy who made this married to Herman Holtz's daughter or something? Man, I just don't get it. But anyways guys, review score for the Street 10 VR, 0 out of 10, and if I could give it less, I would, so stay the f*** away from this app. That is of course unless you wanna waste your time, waste $5, and torture yourself. In that case, You do you, mate, I'm not gonna judge. But for the rest of you guys, forget that something like this even exists. Trust me, I'm doing you a favor. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this review. If you guys enjoyed the brutal honesty, and for more PSVR2 news, reviews, and discussions, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and turn on the notifications as well. Let me know in the comments what you think of this mess that is the Sweet 10 VR, and I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, take care.